Hello, this is Walter Smith on BlueMoonRisingTV, back for another week of Walter's Glass Half Full. So without further ado, hey, let's have a look at some of those comments. Kevin Fisher, great win. Well done, Blues. Oh, what a game, what a result. But it wasn't just a win, it was the manner of the performance. It was so encouraging, and those goals. Hart, for me, I wouldn't swap him for another keeper in the Premier League. Delves deserves a special mention for that thunderstruck of a goal, and his energy getting all up and down the pitch, he's tracking back. He was here, he was there, he was every bleeding where. Zabba was back like a long-lost returning brother, and he was, well, Zabba-esque. Aguero's second goal was quite possibly the best team goal I've ever seen scored for City. If you can think of a better one, tell me below. The fourth goal was the exact reason why Aguero, I believe, will have a statue right outside the Etihad one day. Aguero, he just split the whole Palace defence with his pace, and then, instead of going for his hat-trick, he just lays it off for Silva to strike. Yaya looked incredible coming off the bench. He could be known as our super sub. Pardew after the game said he can't remember Crystal Palace being under the cosh. He must have missed that second half. Alan Pardew, he should be advertising for Specsavers. CR7, a la Madrid. I've got to try and say this with a straight face. Chelsea never made a stupid, overpriced transfer like 60 million for a very okay Sterling. This poster cheered me up no end this week because he was all kinds of stupid. For a kick-off, it was 44, leading up to 49. And I hope we pay that 49 million. Why? Because it means we've won the league and the Champions League. In 2005, Chelsea actually bought Sean Wright-Phillips for 20 odd million. He played 81 league games for Chelsea and he scored 4 goals. He played 20 games in Europe. He scored 1 goal. He was then sold back to Manchester City for 8.5 million. Cheers Chelsea for the cash. We needed that at the time. Why? Without that cash, we may never have stayed up and the Sheikh Mansour dream might not have come true. In 2003, Chelsea paid 15.8 million for Adrian Mutu, who then Colombian powder marched himself right out of the club. In 2003, Chelsea paid 15 million for Juan Sebastian Veron. Now, Manchester United were laughing all the way to the bank on that deal. Veron was a fantastic player, but was never suited to the Premiership, and in 4 seasons, he made 7 league appearances for Chelsea. A super flop. In 2006, Chelsea paid 30 million for Shevchenko, who then went on over the next couple of seasons to score a whopping 9 goals. Shevchenko actually managed to upset the whole of the dressing room at Chelsea, and from day one, he always looked like he wanted to be back in Milan. But my favourite Chelsea flop has to be the £50 million spent for Fernando Torres. Fernando was actually washed up already when Chelsea decided to splash the cash. In 110 league games for Chelsea, this super flop actually only scored 20 league goals. Liverpool would have been laughing all the way to the bank, but, well, they blew 35 million on Andy Carroll. So try and put Raheem Sterling in with this lot, my friend. You're the flop, but he's one. Can someone name an English Man City legend? My friend, I'd be happy to oblige. Manchester City actually have a stand named after an Englishman, the Colin Bell stand, which is named after Colin Bell, a player whose career was actually cut short by a horrific injury. Now, you don't get much more legendary than having a stand named after you. The all-time leading goal scorer at City is an Englishman called Eric Brook, who scored 179 goals and would possibly gone on to score more but for the outbreak of World War II. Other Manchester City English legends include Franny Lee, Frank Swift, Tommy Johnson, Neil Young, Mike Summerby, Alan Oakes, Mike Doyle, Joe Corrigan, Tommy Booth. The list goes on. But they're all ancient history. Exactly, proving that Manchester City have a rich and illustrious history. Some of my heroes growing up, well, to be honest, I didn't actually care where they came from, and my lad has got Silva and Aguero on the back of his shirts, and he's not overly bothered which passport they hold, as long as they're doing the business in a blue Manchester City shirt. I can tell you one thing, my friend, though, is there's a lot of players playing for City at the moment who will go down as legends. And if it's English legends that you actually want, well, that academy over the road is going to provide English legends for generations and generations to come. Well, that about sums up another week of Walter's Glass Half Full. Now, if you need any positivity injected into your Manchester City world, get tapping below. Oh, time for another.